Well, hello. Welcome to my world. Come on in. Today is Thursday's Heart and Soul, and I have a very important day. It is a day. I'm trying to fix my camera. Well, that's okay. Anyway, I am wanting to talk to you about a very important word, and it is the word I'm sorry. And today my post that I'm making, my live streams, are a very important thing to me. And today it's going to be something good. Joseph Seniel Dubé has said sincerity is the face of the soul. He is a French writer, and I want to point out that I want to put in these rare voices that I want to make a collection of for my digital home in hopes to inspire people for the future. And, sincerity is a word that I worked really hard on with my son. And as we join in together on Thursdays, Heart and Soul Day, I want to introduce myself. I am Colleen Liz Frost. It is my sixth day, I believe, of my new business called I Am Rare Presents, and I am a coach. And I was raised on the 7 days of balance and living life on purpose. Do you have a habit of finding peace in your week? I would like to have you leave a comment below and share how you seek peace with my new Facebook page. I want to thank you all for being here and sharing how you seek peace. And each day I hope to, offer you a question. And I would like to let you know that your stories matter to me, and I want you to tell it. Tell it to others, and that's how we learn. Soon I will launch my podcast. I'm working as fast as I can, but like today, today's an anniversary of my mother's brother who passed away, and my mother passed away 11 months ago today. And these anniversaries are tough, aren't they? Um, our family is very close. I have two people that have helped us for here with my dad, who's 93. Their names are Terry and Dee. And I just am so grateful for tender hearts who send us these helpers, because it's days like today that I don't know how we can, walk through them without help. And so on Heart and Soul Day, I know that those of you that suffer loss, I hope you have the hearts that I have found to help you get through them. But my Uncle Jack was a very big deal in my mother's life and in our family's life. So today I celebrate his history, and I hope to celebrate stories of him through this podcast that I am looking to build and place in my digital home. And as I work on a dream that I am now able to say will become a reality, because dreams without a deadline are just that, they're goals, they're just dreams. But have been a goal-driven person most of my life, and but it seems like living in La La Land is just not who I am. So I set these goals, and then when they don't happen, it's challenging for me. So my dad has a fireplace on, so our house is about 80 degrees. So with that, um, this podcast word is a little challenging for me, so I'm just going to call it a pod because I love pigeons. But moving along, that's another video. When I was going to radiation, I had a cancer gig that just seemed like it has been endless. My sister and I stopped at a Catholic church. They had a thing called adoration, and at the time I didn't know what that was. All I knew was that it was candles, kneelers, and a place to just stop and think. It was in Fargo, North Dakota. It's a place where, you kneel and say you're sorry. And, it was a place that I found a lot of comfort at. And it was, I had a study radiation treatment. So I had it's in the book. I'm an author and I wrote a book about it. And, But afterwards, I went and sat curbside at a magical place called Hotel Donaldson's. We had just bought a 1907 all original opera house, and there was a magical woman there, and I hope to interview her. It's a dream of mine. But she was building a dream for herself and for the community of Fargo. And they were interviewing her and asking her, when are you going to open? When are you going to open? And it was just on every single interview. And finally, one article that I read, she felt extreme pressure about when she was going to open. And the quote said, "I will open when I am ready." And I framed it. I cut it out and I framed it. Because when you are battling pressure, pressure from disease or pressure from the outside world, I just value women or men that can just stand up to it and say internally, in your heart when you're ready to open. So the power of that word, when she said, "I will open when I'm ready," I just value that. But I also know the ticking of the clock when you feel just like you've waited so long. And that's why I just decided that I'm going to open and I'm going to call it a pre-launch. And now I'm calling it a pre-game warm-up. And I'm just going to jump in here and just, pray that all of you are just willing to let me discover this digital world the best that I can at 57 years old. And that's when I've learned how to exhale and embrace my mistakes and let them guide my patience and take you along with me. And just know that I'm in development. And when I'm wrong, I may know it, and I'm open to your witness, and I will kneel to understand, and I will light a candle when I'm wrong. And then I will come here on Thursday and sincerely let you know that I am sorry. And I just got to tell you what happened yesterday. So I did open on purpose this early. And I am grateful that we are in this together. When I was teaching my son the word sorry, I was given a notice of only 1 year. As a divorced mother, when he was only one, I told him very simply early on at that very young age with that diagnosis. It was simply this. I took him by the cheeks and I said, "Honey, we live here now with Grandma and Grandpa." I said, "Your dad did not love me enough." I told him I was sorry, but I needed to be loved more. He accepted this, and we played, and that was that. I moved on to the word sincerely. It became my favorite word. I taught him heart and soul, that word, and we used the word sorry very, very carefully. And I only taught him to say it when he meant it sincerely. I taught him heart and soul with that word sincerely. It was the most precious word, sorry. And then he became a teenager. And this is when I needed help. Of course, I had my mother in a toolbox that I treasure to this day. In the last 4 years of her life, when she was given a diagnosis and only 1 year to live, and I had to sit with that board meeting with my son and ask him, "Oh, what should I do?" And he said, "Well, Mother, you have to go and live there, and I'm just right next door." And he said, "I've got this." And together, Ting, our foreign exchange student, and Adam and I, we all made it work. And we had our board meetings and were able to do these tools and discuss going forward. But I also had a counselor. Her name was Ellen. And I cannot wait to share this magical person that has been in my life almost 15 years. But there was one tool that she has taught me over and over again. And tonight I want to share it with you from this email one of you have sent me so kindly last night. She gave me a tool, and it starts like this. She said, when you have something that you need to sit down and discuss with someone that you have uh, caused a mistake or where you need to say that you're sorry, start this way. So, with my pool stick from 1977, when my dad bought us our first pool table, I will instruct you at our first board meeting. It feels so good to dress up. You know, I've been wearing the same clothes for about 5.5 years now. And I went to my house in my storage sheds and I took out some of my clothes. I have been all sizes in the last 16 years of treatment, and this one here still fits. So here we go. The first thing you do is you wait till just the right time. And when you have problems or when you have something that you have to say to one another, you set a time. You know, it might not be able to tell each other right away because it could be like a major event. So then you might want to schedule it. You know, let's talk about this. What time works for you? I would tell my son. And he says, I'll talk about it, but let's do it at after. So then we would schedule our board meetings. And the first thing you have to do is bite your tongue. Because if it's their problem or if it's their time to talk, they start with this. Here's what's happened. So what happened is yesterday was Wednesday and I thought it was Saturday. It was Wednesday. And I said, it's getting ready day. It wasn't. It was what's happening. So on the email, the person pointed it out. And it was such a kind email. So I'm reading it, and it's like number 2 is, how does it feel when you are told about your mistake? So now I'm carrying on with the email, and when I saw my mistake, it was like the first thing I felt was I was completely embarrassed. So how does it feel? So then I would listen to my son. I would ask him, how does it feel, honey? And he would just go in a circle around the board table and he would say, oh, you would not believe how it feels, Mom. And I would bite my tongue and I'd listen. But in myself, I was reading my email and I was sorting out my feelings. And I was just thinking to myself, oh, I'm so embarrassed. It's a live video. I can't go undo it. Number 3, what would be helpful? So I'm sitting here thinking to myself, what part of my balance is off that I can't even remember my own 7 days? And so that is where I have to say, with the toolbox for myself, as I'm talking to my son, I ask him, what would be helpful? What do you need? And how can I help? And usually by the time I let him go on and on about his feelings, he's already kind of sorted out what he needs. So we never always got to this part. But if he did have an ask, it would come out at this section right here. So these 3 steps, if you can bite your tongue right here and not offer the helicopter method, or in my case, the 747, if you can just hear them out right here, like if I could just, like I did last night, I did not send an email back. I just really sorted this out last night. And I talked to my dad about it. I said, Dad, you know what? I need to really think about my nap times. I used to always nap during your puzzle time. And Dee and Terry are here. Why can't I just go shut her down? Because I need my rest. And he said, well, why don't you go do that, honey girl? I said, because I just like to micromanage everything, Dad. So you know what I did today? I forced myself to just go pack it in. And I no more than hit the bed, and I was out hard. And I slept from 4 o'clock till 7, hard. But I also shared it with my spiritual coach, Janet, just how I need to be able to ask them for a prayer to say, you know what, I just need to tell you what's happened. This is how it's felt. And I needed them to kind of boost me up a little bit. to say, keep going. So sometimes to share when you do drop the ball with someone that you love. So I did that today with my spiritual coach. And then I have a teammate that just prays for me for no reason other than she cares on Saturdays. So I did send a prayer request for clarity to her this morning. So, I mean, I put it all out there. So, again, I was able to thank that person on the email and just offer up gratefulness. And I just feel refreshed tonight. So, I think I want to tell you all that I'm sorry. But again, when you make a mistake, it's almost a blessing. And this is how I think we can go forward as a team. Just know that mistakes will happen, but I'm open to them. And I think it's great that we can work together. And I apologize sincerely. And I think it's almost like it's, like in basketball, when you miss a point or miss an open shot, those kind of things are bound to happen. And I'm not making a big deal out of this thing, but I just want you to know how I process my mistakes. And I'm not going to fall apart. And this is how I raise my son. And hopefully this has been helpful. And, we are going to have many board meetings because I am not going to drop the ball on this business plan. And I want to keep getting better. So that's what happened. I was embarrassed. I thanked them. I spent the night looking at my balance for adjustment. What would be helpful is for each of you to help me. If you see something that you like or not, to continue to send me an email, like that wonderful person did last night, because today I added back that balance. I will continue to take that 3-hour nap at puzzle time. It was missing. And the other thing we have is Thursdays. So thanks for letting me share this. Thursdays are heart and soul. I am becoming a preservationist. I am a coach and a head coach. Building a digital home on how to live on purpose 7 days a week. Thank you all for being here. Tomorrow is bowling, and I will give you a full report. We are all living our own histories. It's wonderful when we practice the 7 days living history on purpose. This is what I'm doing. I'm building something really special for you, and it's built with all of you in mind. Thank you for letting me be patient and for being patient with me. Have a pregame warm-up is my plan here. My dad is 93. I am a full-time waitress. I cook, I clean, and I wait on him hand and foot, and I love it. And I was trained by the best because my mother, my sister, my twin, they help me like you will not believe. Thank you for being a part of my page. Saying sorry is in my toolbox. I taught the word young to my son, and the older he got, I took time when sharing it. I took time in sharing it sincerely. So I hope you liked our first board meeting, and I look forward to helping all of you share your stories with me. I think they matter. And find your rocks, grab a ball, build a team, look for a feather, hope is all around. So jump, bounce, and fly with me 7 days on purpose. I teach it, preach it, and repeat it with balance. Like, share, and remember, Thursdays are for those who dare. Be avant-garde, be rare, and remember me. Sincerely, Colleen.